Our guest today, ERELLA SHADMI, born and raised in Tel Aviv. In her teens, she joined the United Movement and the Mapam Club. There she learned and internalized the knowledge of the socialist left. Then joined left-wing demonstrations, especially in support of Israel and against the military government. Years later, she served in the army in the settlement of Ketziot and Kibbutz Revivim. She received a BA in Hebrew languages and literature. Also earned a master's degree in business administration and labor relations from the University of Minnesota. She has a doctorate from the Hebrew University Institute of Criminology with a thesis based on the Israel police. She has written several books and has joined the international gift economy movement. Her feelings and visions in front of the world here in the Agora, a meeting place. Friends, welcome to the Agora. ERELLA SHADMI Feminism from Israel. ERELLA, welcome to our program.
Thank you for having me.
ERELLA, you have been one of the pioneers of feminism in Israel. You have also written several books. Please tell us what sort of feminism have you promoted in Israel?
I've been an activist and scholar for many, many years now, and also a peace activist. I oppose very strongly the Israeli occupation of Palestine people and territories. And beside that, well, it's hard to say what to tell about feminism. So many years. I wrote a book about my experience as a feminist Israeli, in which I called for. Well, as a matter of fact, I'm calling for a revolution.
ERELLA, but you practice a feminism that has to be with the gift economy?
Well, I began studying in 2004. I met Genevieve Vaughn, and when I heard Genevieve and read her writings, what the revolution should look like, together with, because she gives a very important critique of capitalism and the exchange economy that stands at the heart of it. And she shows how the gift economy is such a great part, an important part of our lives everywhere. And I think that this understanding of our lives changes our understanding of and I think that also during the coronavirus, here in Israel, but I think everywhere, the government really failed to give us the basic services or the basic support. And we got the support, both economic support and friendship and connection through the gift economy. It includes, giving food to people, giving food to hungry people. And there was also a very interesting example when Israeli Palestinians to ultra-Orthodox poor people that were closed in their little apartments.
ERELLA, do you think the gift economy is just a theory, or is it a way in which this has been put into practice?
Well, it's our daily practice. We do it everywhere, every day, everywhere. And, friendship is a kind of, and of course, mothering. Being a mother, I think I give to my daughter whatever she needs, and I learn from her many things. Learn from her. So I think gift economy is really a matter of.
ERELLA, if it is in our daily life, what can we do so that the gift economy is practiced by the patriarchal society or the capitalist society?
I think the patriarchal society or the patriarchal without the gift economy. They deny it without the gift economy. The market, the working world. If we want to offer a home, to take care of our children, to take this kind of care is a gift given to the man. So there's no capitalism without gift economy. And you know how capitalists become rich? They have a certain amount of money. All the revenue, it's part of the instead of giving him a salary, the worker, him or her, giving a salary for the work, they say. And so I think this is one of the lessons I learned. And instead of exploiting other people, they just share.
ERELLA, if the idea is not to change the world because the gift economy already exists within the capitalist system, what is the purpose of, or how could we change the world if the world already exists, if it already exists the gift economy?
The first step is to recognize there's an alternative to capitalism, and I think the indigenous people show us, and some of the ideas that come from South America, solidarity economy, or like what Chavez did in Venezuela. These are ways of sharing and supporting each other. There is a possibility to acknowledge it. We don't, instead of denying it.
ERELLA, this is very interesting what you have said to us, because it really opens a way in which there are some economies in which, in a way, they are practicing the gift economy, but in a way they call them communist. We are going to go to our commercials, and then we'll be back with you. We continue in the Agora, ERELLA SHADMI Feminism from Israel. ERELLA, you have mentioned some regimes where there exists the gift economy, like Venezuela, but in the capitalist world that is called communism. Israel is not a communist country, so how can you put into practice the gift economy in Israel?
Gift economy is not communism at all. It's not even socialism. I think it's just it's not a wrong way to understand what's gift economy. Gift economy is what we are doing every day, all the time. We don't need communism or fascism or socialism to be gift-giving persons or gift-giving human beings, what Genevieve calls the homo donans. It has nothing to do with communism. It's just the way, you know, it's just the way we live. We don't. The problem is that we silence this kind of, we deny, we neglect this kind of practices. They're all over the country. They're all over, not only my country, the world, the globe. It starts with nature. Where do we get breathe? Where do we get wind? Where do we get water? But free from nature. Winter, rain, sun. It's gifts of nature. Yeah, I know tycoons like to control it, to monopolize it. But these are all gifts of nature, and there are gifts all over. I'll tell you, when I am a single mother. When I was a younger mother, I mean, I had my baby. When I was sick, I needed help. I didn't have my parents passed away already. My sister lived far away, so my friends came to help me. This is gift economy. I had to take her to the hospital. A friend came along to be with me in the hospital when my child was a baby. This is gift economy. So if you look around you, you'll see it all over, everywhere. You know, giving you advice or giving me advice is gift economy.
ERELLA, you have also made a big effort in Israel to establish some way of gift economy. Tell us about it.
First of all, I want to really stress that it's not an Israeli invention. It's a human invention. Okay, not human. It's the way we are as human beings everywhere. Now in Israel, you have all kinds of gift economy, of gift economy. For example, you know, helping your neighbor. For example, we have gift and take markets where we meet and everybody brings something, donate something or give something, a book, shirt, toys for the, and you just put it there, and whoever needs it, come and take it. What's interesting about the gift economy is that it's need oriented. It's need oriented, and every one of us has needs that are not met by the capitalism. So, but if you go to a friend or mother or a father, of course, they are the ones they respond to our needs when we were kids, or also grown up. I mean. My sister is 82 years old. She still calls every other day to see what I need. If I need her help, if I need support, if I need her love, if I need her something, and we have to understand that we are not individuals, just individuals. We are always living in relationships, and gift economy is what built up the relationships, what make the relationships possible, what make the relationships possible. And I'll go back to the pandemic, to what we are experiencing now. We understand the main thing that we understand that under the pandemic situation is that we need each other, that we depend each on the other, that we are not individual human beings. We are connected. I love to use the slogan, my peace depends on your peace. I can never be peaceful or live in a peaceful life if a friend of mine or a woman in the neighborhoods is not in a peaceful situation, but in needs of something. So our vulnerability became very obvious during the pandemic. As individual, we cannot live as individual. We are in relationships. We are always belong to something, belong to a group, belong to a family, belong to a union, belong to a society. And this is how, and the gift economy is the main economy that holds us together.
ERELLA, what you are saying to me is really important, because what is happening really is that the pandemic has changed the way we relate to each other. And as you say, when there are people who are in need, automatically we help those people, and this is really important. ERELLA, we are going to pause and then we continue in the third block. SHADMI Feminism from Israel. ERELLA, you have been working with communities in Israel. Tell us about it.
I think this is one of the most interesting development in the last decade or so, a few years, of young people, what we call Generation Y, who feel that they don't like the capitalistic, patriarchal, or individualistic system, and especially it's not safe anymore. One of the main problems is security, individual security, group security, and in order, and so they began building. It's kind of renewal of the old Israeli kibbutzim, the old Israeli kibbutz, but it's entirely different kind of community. They built communes of young people. They are not more than, they begin as 30 men and young men and women. Eventually they have children also. And they live together in the city. They are urban communes. They live in the city, and they practice gift economy. Gift economy is the matter of their daily life between them, but especially with the community surrounding them, with the neighborhood surrounding them. They do education, they give educational services, they give support services to poor people. And so these communes are kind of, you have artist communes, for example, artist communes in Jerusalem in the north. You have also, of course, cooperatives. One famous communes is Eco Peace Middle East, which is, it's not a commune, but it's kind of partnership between peace people from Israel, from Jordan and Palestine, and they're working in the south part of the Jordan River on environmental issues. But this is also a peace kind of activity, because it's across the border, and they do. So we have all kinds of communes that are now working. Also, elderly people communes. They're just beginning.
Very interesting, ERELLA, that you talk about this, because we see how young people are coming together and to help also in the peace movement, especially in a country where for many years there have been this terrible war between brothers and between people almost of the same race. ERELLA, in your books, do you mention somehow these new movements that are happening in Israel?
I think so. I think so. In my new book, I have a book that was first published in Hebrew, then in Arabic, and now next month, in next few days, it's coming out in English from Canada by Inanna. And I talked there about the communes. For me, I call them the new activism. It's not only communes, it's the way young people build from below the new world, the alternative world that we are striving for. You know, it's the communes are the main system, the main method, but they are also build alternative knowledge centers, alternative synagogues, and all kinds of. I see them as building the new world, really alternative world, and they are building it from below without the awareness of the media or the academia. Yeah, and I write about them, and I adore them. I really adore them, and I think they're giving us a good example of gift giving, of gift economy, and in the larger meaning of it.
ERELLA, feminism says that personal is political. Do you think your efforts in Israel have in some way have some political change, have developed something political?
I think the government is more aware of the feminist perspective. I don't think they care too much. They don't do enough. For example, during the last months, during the pandemic, I think 15 or more women got killed at home. The violence at home, the domestic violence is on the rise. And the government doesn't do much about it, And they have the money, but they don't give the money so the feminists are protesting all over Israel. We have a lot of feminists, of women protesting against the government. We have other protest demonstrations too against the government, but also by feminists who want to save people. They want to change the status of people. They want more women in the government. They want more women in the parliament. They want to change legislation. We are still we're still working towards it. We are not there yet, not at all.
Yes, Erela, one of the things that has happened in this pandemic is that pues many of the violence against women has increased and they are feminicized, and governments, I think almost all over the world, are not doing enough. Even though in Colombia we have laws that protect this, we have not really been able to get the government to punish these people. And obviously the violence against women seems to be increasing all over. Maybe we will come after this to a better world.
I just one last comment. I think the most problematic situation is for the Palestinians under occupation, without human rights, without citizenship, and I think it's time for peace in the Middle East. It's too late. I mean, and I don't see the peace around the corner at all. And they are the most, including their women, they are the most, the people that suffer most in this situation, including the pandemic. Yes.
It is really, really very sad that the Palestinian problem continues and that Israel seems to not being able to solve a problem that has affected them for many years. And as you say, women in Palestine also suffers from this problem. Thank you very much, ERELLA, for having accompanied us in this program.
Thank you for inviting me. It was a pleasure.
And you continue listening to Telepacific.